Hello so besties, welcome to another beginners tutorial. So today we'll be learning this beautiful dress on our dress form. The materials will be used for the class are the crepe material, Ankara, sticker, and then the Ankara I'll be using for the pockets and the hood, and of course the chalk and scissors that I'll be using for my drafting. So stay tuned and learn how to make this design. Now first we are going to put all the other materials aside and start with the yellow fabric. That's the crepe fabric I'm working with. So for this method we'll be drafting with a freehand method. We'll be using the freehand drafting technique because it is a free dress. Okay, so we can just cut directly on the fabric without having to draft pattern that we will sub-transfer. So being that we draft directly on the fabric and it doesn't have zip or anything, we'll be folding our fabrics into 4 equal halves and we'll draft towards the direction of the fold. Okay, so the first is the shoulder. Remember, the shoulder measurement we are working with is 15. So we'll divide the shoulder by 2, which will give us 7.5. I'll mark the 7.5 just right there. And then go down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Okay, then link it to the edge of the neckline. Then the next I'm going to get is the chest line. Because it's freehand, we'll be working with 8 inches for the chest line. Okay, and then just connect the curve. This will connect the curve, and then after that the next is the bust line, which I made use of 13 inches, and then the hip line, which I made use of 26 inches. And then after that we took the bust measurement. The bust is 36, so by 4 is 9. I added extra 2.5 inches to give me 11.5, which I marked down there. And then the hip, remember, is a free dress, so we need just the bust and the hip, no waistline please. So the hip is 40 by 2 give 10 plus 2.5 made it 12.5, and then I connected the two, that's the bust line and the hip line now, with a little arc on the waistline so that it will fit, not too much please. And then because the clothes will have side slits, I just used the same 12.5 to go down, okay, all the way to the length. Now the full length of the dress we are making is 60 inches, so I went all the way down with 60 inches to the tip of the table. The camera did not really capture that in full, so that's how I got that. And then I had to join the lines together. Remember, I said I went straight, like it's a straight gown. It's not a line, and it is not it's not pencil. Okay, so I made it straight because I wanted to add slits. You can see me marking out the spots for where the slits will occupy, so that's why I went straight from the hip. So if you don't want to add slits, you can do yours to be A, or can make pencil. But remember, pencil is for fitted gown, so if it's free gown, it's either A or straight. So that is me marking the line straight all the way to the hip. And then after that I decided to cut out what we have drafted. It's an easy dress because it's free and we made use of freehand, so just going to cut out the the clothes we drafted, and then I took my time to show the full method or the full procedures of how I drafted this particular dress because of requests. So I am explaining every single step and showing every single step of how everything was achieved. So after cutting, this is what we have. I had to shorten the video because it was becoming too long. Now the next, we are drafting the neckline. So I made use of 3 inches on the horizontal. I made use of 3 inches for vertical for the front and 1 inch for the vertical for the back. So like I descended by 1 inch, which is what I'm connecting at the back, and 3 inches for the front. Okay, then remember it's going to be a fitted neckline. So then after that, I cut all 4 pieces together because of the back neckline, and then folded again to cut the front piece. Okay, so if you cut the 2 of them together, remember front and back will not carry the same neckline. So that's why it's important you always cut back, remove before you cut front. And then after that, there is a vertical slit, just a little on the neckline. So I went down by 3 inches and did the marking, then use my scissors to cut it out. So this is what you have after cutting. You can see I had to show us, so we'll see the difference between the front and the back neckline. So moving on, we are cutting the hood. That's the cap now, the hoodie cap. So I took a length of 15 inches. You can use 15, you can use 10 or 12. That's what I was explaining there. And then that's for the vertical length. And then the horizontal width is 10 inches. Okay, and then because it's not equal, because the up is wider, I had to slant it and then draw the curve on an angle at the top part, because so that it will not be pointed. And then after that, I decided to cut out what I've drafted. So you can see this is the shape of the cap that I'm cutting out now. So you see I had to draw the arc down, that's for the side, so that it will not be pointed. If you leave this angle 90 that I'm cutting out now straight, it will give a pointy hoodie. So if not, it's just better you have this curve so that it will not be pointed. So that's the shape you have after cutting out the hoodie. That's the cap. Okay, so that's what I was showing us there. And then I decided to fold again for the pockets. So remember, it has 2 side pockets, and the standard for pockets is about 12 by 10 or 12. So I am cutting 12, and then I decided to add 2 inches sewing allowance to it. So that's it, and then added the down. That's the allowance I use to fold. You know, it's an outer pocket, so you have to fold the edges before sewing. So I made use of 12, that's 6 inches now, with 2 inches sewing allowance and 12 inches with vertical. So the extra is your folding allowance I added there.